Hello, and welcome to Coleman Jr. Videos. It's me, Coleman Jr. here, and today we're going to be reviewing Portal for the PlayStation 3. Now, Portal is part of the Orange Box, but you can get it separately through Steam. The game is sort of based as a first-person shooter, but I find it more as a sort of strategy game, sort of like what Mirror's Edge was. The game was made by Valve, obviously, which means it was the same people that made Half-Life and Team Fortress. So it is good. Now, when you get it with the Orange Box, it comes with Half-Life 2, Half-Life 2 Episode 1, Half-Life 2 Episode 2, Portal, and Team Fortress 2. Now, Portal blends sort of puzzles. It's a sort of more of a adventure gaming. It's as it says at the back of the box. So instead of using weapons, like pistols, shotguns, sort of machine guns, it uses more of this portal device, which you can use as advantages. Like you can do cool tricks, like if you aim at the top, shoot the top with the left L2, and then you go at the bottom and you press R2, whatever way around. It will sort of do this loop where you go right through and you can see the other person, which is you, and it's quite a cool effect. You can also place two of the portals next to each other and you can do this sort of wavy thing across them, which is cool. And now I'm not really going to spoil the game for you, and I'm not really going to tell you much, but it does feature G-Man in it. That's all I'm saying. Now I know that its ending has probably already been spoiled about 250 times now, but I don't really want to spoil it for you because I don't like being spoiled, like having games spoiled for me or anything endings spoiled for me. It just ruins the moment when you're playing the game. So I definitely recommend not to do that and take a look. This game, this review more shows you what the game's like, and it gives you my opinion on the game. My opinion on the game is it's a good game, but it could have been better. It could have been. Most games could have been better, but this one definitely could have had more action in it and less having to think in it. I mean, there's a lot of thinking in it, and sometimes it will become boring. Now, that's one thing I found when I was playing Portal. It's not as fun as Half-Life 2. I mean, Half-Life 2 in that, you go straight into the action, and it's fun. However, that is not the same with Portal. Portal, you're standing around, trying to figure out something, and eventually your mind goes, oh, I cannot be bothered to play this shitty game. Well, I'm not, but some people might say that. Now, I know it may seem also slightly too late to review the game. However, I don't think it is, because why? I mean, Portal 2 has already been released, and I was actually planning to review Portal back in 2008, but I'm kind of glad I left it, because back then I agree with myself, my videos were pretty shit. But I have improved on them, and they're definitely better now, and I'm going to keep improving on the videos. Now, this is our summer special, as I said, and we ain't got long left. Now, I know this ain't like a proper summer special like we did last year, but it's still a summer special. Now, anyway, back to the Portal. Great thing about, now we're going to get more into the Portal device itself. So what does the Portal device do? Now, what the Portal device does is it allows you to transport into different places. You can play around with it, and it's a very fun weapon. You can shoot at cameras and it'll fall down. You can shoot these energy bolts on the walls and it'll hit, and then if you want to aim at the target, then you shoot at the bottom, like to the portals, and it'll hit it. So you can play around with things like that. You can also pick up objects with this weapon as well, which is cool. However, it's not very that appealing. The start of the game, it was alright. It wasn't amazing. It could have went slightly deeper in the start of the movie, the game even, sorry. It could have it really had the potential to have a good storyline. Now, as I know, as I said, like, that's one of the good things about it, but it's also one of the bad things about it at the same time. It doesn't have a deep storyline. In fact, it has no storyline, which means it may be fun, however, it doesn't deepen the game. It just makes you play the game for a little while. However, you're not really interested in the game like you were in Half-Life or Half-Life 2 or whatever. I mean, the Half-Life games had really deep storylines in it, which made them appealing. Now, that is the opposite about this, as it does not have this, which means you're not really too interested in the game. And I like this game a lot. Now, the cool thing about it as well is the fact that there's these portal bots. They don't really make much sense, and it kind of hurts the game to not be actually do anything really to them. But it's quite fun shooting portal guns at them and making them go flying everywhere and they're starting screaming. They've also got this really high, weird voice, which is quite funny. And they may look innocent, but they are lethal. I mean, if you put them with the Terminator would probably be hammered in a minute. Nah, I don't know. Well, there's only one way to find out. Nah, I'm only joking. We're not exactly Harry Hill here. But it would be quite interesting to see them two fight. Anyway, as I'm getting back to this, another great thing about the game, just before we end it, is the variety of things you can do in the levels. However, there isn't really much variety in the level design, but there is variety in the things you can do in the level. It's not like one of those running guns, and then usually most places you just run and gun, you don't really care about the view. However, Far Cry was it made the game looks beautiful, and you wanted to look around, I think. Now we will be also reviewing Far Cry soon as well, which is another game I need to get around to reviewing. Now, in total, I give this game a 7 out of 10, which is a generous. I would have probably said a 6.5, but I'm going to give it a 7 because I'm being generous. Now, I don't know what you guys think of the game. You might be the opposite, but I want you to keep checking out my videos, and go ahead, comment, subscribe, rate, do what you do. And until next time, guys, you know what I usually say.